This was the fighter jet everyone feared. It always carried the number 13. Every mission it flew, the enemy came straight for it. Yet the jet always returned completely unharmed. But every soldier on board would be found dead. Word spread fast and people were convinced it was cursed. No pilot dared go near it. Then a new female officer arrived at the base. Without hesitation, she walked straight up and claimed jet number 13. She didn't believe in curses. She gathered her team and took off. Minutes later, surveillance reported an enemy stealth fighter in the same zone. They had to move fast. Jet 13 landed first and the crew jumped out to secure the area. As the other two jets touched down, enemy fire erupted. One jet was destroyed instantly. The second tried to escape but was hit by a missile. She screamed at her crew to get back inside and fired the engines. But one soldier was still outside. No time to wait. A missile was already incoming. At the last second, the soldier dove in and she'd launched the flares. The jet still began to fall. She barely pulled it back in time. The enemy fired again, but every missile hit the flares. She ordered the weapons officer to shoot the enemy jet, but a rocky wall kept blocking every shot. So she said, "Forget the jet. Destroy those stone pillars." They collapsed and crushed the enemy aircraft underneath. But it wasn't over. Clearing the canyon, a second fighter attacked from above. She rolled the jet sharply upward, pulling right over the attacker. For one split second, she stared straight into the enemy pilot's eyes, then released the flares. He was gone. She brought every team member home safely. After that, she flew 19 consecutive successful missions in Jet 13. Not one soldier was ever hurt. When new jets arrived, command told her to switch. She refused. Then came Mission 20, an ambush. A missile hit the engine directly and the jet spun out of control. She thought it was over, but the backup engine kicked back in at the last second. No injuries, but a massive enemy ground force was now closing in with tanks and rockets. She stepped out and activated self-destruct. The timer hit 0. Nothing happened. Enemy troops surrounded the jet and opened fire. Then a massive explosion blasted every enemy into the air. Jet 13 had waited on purpose, holding on just long enough to protect her and her entire team one last time.